Hey guys, welcome to Guyver Gaming TV, and we are back with Star Citizen, and we are back with a new concept sale. The MISC Reliant is now available, as it has there in huge white letters. Now this is another starter ship. There will be variants later on, but if we scroll this down you'll get a wee glimpse of it. It's looking class. It's a MISC ship, but it's using Xeon technology, I think it is, and looks really cool. It reminds me of a B-Wing, the Star Wars one. So if you look here at the images, it was a decent pic. See what I mean? It has a slight look of a Star Wars B-Wing to it. That's what it reminds me of, but it's a cool looking little ship. There's a bit of history about it there. You know, as they were successful with the Freelancer, they thought they'd go into the smaller ship market, and they wanted something that could do transport and whatnot to compete with the Aurora and the Mustangs. So they've designed this little beauty, and it can fit in 2 cargo containers from the look of it. And they're saying it's got like a manta ray sort of look to it, which it really does. And the cannon turret at the side here, which you'll have a gunner, just thinks it's on the left hand side, closest to the turret to use, or the pilot can use it as well. We've got a couple of pictures here, and a little bit of info, just giving you, like a bit of sales spiel to it. Then it gives you what they wanted it for, and it has got Xeon technology in, which allows it to do all this spinny stuff. The challenge is to get it to put containers in and not put the balance off, the weight balance. So they've got them side by side here, which is pretty good. And then I'm assuming if you only have one container, it will mount central. And here's a little animation. We've got it HD, we'll try it full screen. So obviously that's like taking off mode. And it flips up, engines extend, wings out, and the little air brake at the top, and the spin, which is pretty cool. So I'm liking the animation style. That's pretty sweet. And here's the highlights of the actual cockpit moving. So as you see there, you'll sit side by side to begin with, and then if you decide to take it into the other mode, you'll sit one above the other, which is pretty cool. I'm liking that. I'm assuming to actually move around in the cockpit it would have to be that way up, because there's no way you get through the door there. But that makes it really cool, and the animation looks really nice for it. And I can't wait to actually be in the cockpit and have it spin around you to see what it's like. And then here you've got the size of the ship next to the Aurora and the Mustang, so you can see it's near enough the same length, but just about the width of both of them put together, near enough. And here you have all the propulsion systems and hard point views. Now the variants in the future will have maybe like a little medical bay in the back, or like that. I think it's going to be modular, so you'll be able to tinker with it and make it how you want. As you see here, future variants, maybe a researcher, a news van, which is image enhanced suite, capture every moment, life in the stars, so that could be quite interesting. Then you've got your skirmisher, like a wee combat one. Now it's $50 sale. If you're obviously UK and some European, they're going to add VAT to that, which is $10, so it ends up $60, which converts to British pounds as 39 quid. I got one of these. I was going to melt down one of the ships for it, but I didn't, because it's not a bad price for a little starter ship, and it looks awesome. So fingers crossed it won't be long until they get it in to the hangar at least. Now it does have lifetime insurance on it, which is pretty handy. But as a starter ship, I think that's a little cracker. It's definitely comparable with what it's going up against, which is definitely comparable with the Aurora, just due to the cargo space that's in it. I think the Aurora you can only get one container on, instead of a Mustang. So, you know, considering you can get two into this, it's quite nifty. So what I'll do is I'll click one of the pictures and we'll go through them all. So there you go. The base model is a mini hauler basically. So you've got VTOL takeoff and landing, which is pretty cool. We air brake on top there, so I'm thinking with the way this thing shifts and manoeuvres, it should be quite manoeuvrable as well, realistically. And there it is when it spins. Weapon system on the end of the wing there. There it is, loading the containers in. So I'm assuming the containers will go in and then slide to one side and slide to the other side. Or, let's say if you've only got one, you can dump it right in the middle. A lot of parts redacted in there. That looks like a fuel intake maybe. And there's one all coloured up with lighting effects. It looks really, really nice. And the lighting of the engines and the lights either side of the cockpit, it's really cool looking. But I say it does definitely have that look of the Star Wars B-Wing ship. Really does have that look. Knock that top bit off, and Bob's your uncle. But I do like the animation that it's coming out with. And there you go, with the containers next to each other. So logically, you would think, like, you know, if you've only got one container, stick it in the middle, done. Because it's all mag locked in and whatnot. Fairly big engines. You see the size of the character, it's got a good size to it. Should have a nice presence on the landing pad. I mean, look at that. That's pretty good visibility out of that cockpit. And then when it spins, obviously, it'd be really interesting to see how it actually works properly inside. I'm assuming some of the variants will have nice paint jobs. That looks like some sort of sensor array or something maybe there. Or maybe it's thruster nozzles that can rotate, you know, because if you look, there's some underneath as well, so they might be thrusters actually. There's a close-up of it spinning. And then the last picture comparing the sizes. So you can see it's got a nice slim front end view, but a very wide top view. So if you are going to attack it, you do it from above. We've got more space to hit it. Or you're aiming for the cockpit to knock out the pilot straight away. But you know, it does have some decent firepower, and obviously the variants, you'll probably be able to soup it up a wee bit with more weapon systems and whatnot. But yeah, I'm liking the Reliant. It looks cool. It fits in the starter ship pretty well. You know, a little bit more cargo than maybe the Aurora and the Mustangs. Less armaments than the Mustang, I'd say. So, you know, it's an in-betweeny sort of ship, and I like it. It fits nicely, looks cool, and it's fairly cheap. You know, most people, I should think, would be able to get that for the game. So guys, that is a very quick look at the MISC Reliant. Whenever they bring the variants up, I'll do a video for them as well, and whenever they get a hangar sorted, I'll do a video and all to give you a good look at it. So I hope that you like the video, guys. Give us a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, please put them down below. Follow my Twitter and Facebook accounts, you'll see them, and hopefully you'll subscribe and see more of my videos in the future. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you soon.